Are we living in a simulation? The truth you were never meant to know. What is a simulation? Explained. Imagine waking up one day to discover nothing around you is real. The sky, the streets, your job, your family, even your memories, it's all part of an illusion, a carefully crafted environment controlled by unseen forces. It sounds like science fiction, but the concept of a simulation, a reality created artificially, is not just possible. It may already be our truth. So what is a simulation, and why does it matter? Let's break it down. What does simulation mean? At its core, a simulation is a model or imitation of a process, environment, or experience created to replicate real-world behavior. Simulations are everywhere. Flight simulators train pilots. Video games create immersive digital worlds. AI models simulate human conversation. Scientists simulate climate change to predict the future. In each case, we're building a replica of reality, a digital twin, to understand, test, or explore something more efficiently or more safely than we could in the real world. But here's where things get deep. What if the simulation becomes so real we can't tell the difference anymore? Types of simulations. There are different types of simulations, ranging from practical to philosophical. Physical simulations, like wind tunnels testing airplanes or crash test dummies measuring car safety. Computer simulations. These are used in science, medicine, economics, and even warfare. They model complex systems like the human brain or a global pandemic. Virtual reality, or VR. Immersive experiences where users interact in a digital world using headsets and motion sensors. This is where simulation starts to feel real. Philosophical simulations. The idea that reality itself might be simulated, created by a superior intelligence, an AI, or a post-human civilization. It's this last one, the philosophical or existential simulation, that captivates and terrifies us. The simulation hypothesis. The simulation hypothesis is a theory suggesting that all of existence, the Earth, the universe, even you, is part of an extremely complex computer simulation. Think the Matrix, but with science. Philosopher Bostrom popularized the idea in 2003. He proposed that if any advanced civilization could create perfectly realistic simulations of their ancestors, then they probably would. And if they could create one, they could create millions. Which means, statistically, we're more likely to be in one of those simulations than living in the original base reality. Even Elon Musk believes it's likely. Can we prove we're in a simulation? This question haunts physicists and thinkers alike. Some say the laws of physics are too perfect, like pre-written code. At the quantum level, particles behave as if they're rendered only when observed, like a video game saving computing power. Researchers have found mathematical codes embedded in the fabric of space, resembling lines of digital programming. Others point to déjà vu, Mandela effects. Glitches in reality. Could these be bugs in the system? The short answer, we don't know. And maybe we're not supposed to. Why would anyone create a simulation? If we are in a simulation, why? Some possibilities. We're part of a scientific experiment, testing how intelligent life evolves. We're entertainment for higher beings, like a cosmic reality show. We're training AI, giving it experience by simulating a world. We're being judged, like a moral test before ascending to a higher form of existence. Others believe we're here to learn lessons, to evolve spiritually, or to repeat past mistakes until we finally wake up. The ethics of simulation. If this world is a simulation, it raises serious ethical questions. Is human suffering real? Are emotions programmed? Is free will just an illusion of choice? And the biggest question of all, does meaning still matter? If reality is fake? The answer perhaps is yes. Because whether we live in a simulation or not, we still experience love, pain, growth, and curiosity. And those experiences are real to us. Maybe that's all that matters. A simulation doesn't mean we're powerless. It doesn't mean we're trapped. It may mean that we're more than just physical beings. that we are consciousness experiencing a designed environment for a purpose we don't fully understand yet. Whether we're in base reality or a complex virtual construct, the question isn't just, are we living in a simulation? It's, what are you going to do with the time you have inside it? What if I told you that nothing around you is real? That the sounds, the people, the buildings, the stars, even your thoughts, are part of something far more controlled than we ever imagined? This isn't science fiction. This is a growing theory backed by leading scientists, tech billionaires, philosophers, and maybe your own experiences. Today, we ask the question, are we living in a simulation? And if so, who is running it and why? Let's find out. The idea that changed everything. The idea of living in a fake reality isn't new. Ancient philosophers like Plato suggested we might be living in a shadow of the real world, the famous allegory of the cave. In the 1600s, Descartes said the only thing we could be certain of was thought itself. I think, therefore I am. He questioned whether an evil demon might be deceiving us about everything else. But in modern times, the question has resurfaced with more intensity than ever. Why? Because our technology now resembles reality. Video games look real. AI can mimic human thoughts. Virtual reality can trick our senses. So if we can create simulated worlds, who's to say we're not already living in one? Nick Bostrom's theory. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed a revolutionary idea, now known as the simulation hypothesis. He said one of three things must be true. Civilizations go extinct before developing simulation technology. Advanced civilizations don't care to simulate their past. We're already living inside a simulation. If the first two are false, then it's statistically likely that we are in one of millions of simulated realities, created by post-human civilizations far more advanced than we can imagine. This theory isn't fringe anymore. People like Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson have publicly said the odds we're in base reality are 1 in billions. Think about that. The evidence. Let's look at the clues. Quantum physics shows us the universe behaves weirdly at its core. Particles don't have a defined state until they're observed, as if reality waits for us to look before it renders. The double-slit experiment proves this bizarre behavior. Some scientists say it's almost like how a video game only renders what the player can see, to save computing power. Next, mathematics. The universe runs on code. The laws of physics are deeply mathematical. Some physicists like James Gates claim to have found computer error-correcting code embedded in string theory equations. That's like finding lines of JavaScript inside the laws of nature. Coincidence? Or something more? Technology proving the point. Now let's flip the lens. What are we creating? Hyper-realistic video games. Fully immersive VR. AI with near-human capabilities. Brain-machine interfaces. If we keep advancing, how far are we from creating a simulation ourselves? In fact, games like The Sims, GTA 5, and Red Dead Redemption already mimic complex social behavior. Imagine combining that with AI, blockchain, and quantum computing. If we can build entire fake worlds, what if someone or something already did? Strange glitches in our world. Many people report strange experiences. Déjà vu. Repeating patterns. Glitches in memory. People disappearing or misremembering massive events. Ever heard of the Mandela effect? Mass groups of people remember things that apparently never happened. Berenstain Bears versus Berenstain. Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s. The Monopoly Man having a monocle, but he never did. Some dismiss these as memory errors, but others say they're glitches in the simulation, cracks in the system. Who could be running it? Let's ask the ultimate question. If we're in a simulation, who's running it? Possibilities. Post-human descendants of ourselves. Advanced alien species testing intelligent life, a godlike AI, or a reality so different we can't even begin to comprehend it. Maybe we're characters in a sandbox world. Maybe we're part of a moral test. Maybe this is all a game, or maybe it's school. A simulation to learn before the next level. What if it's true? Let's say we are in a simulation. What changes? Do ethics still matter? Does love? Does pain? Does death? Maybe none of it changes. Or maybe it explains everything, from why bad things happen to why reality feels so personalized. If everything is simulated, are you just code? Or is your consciousness the only real thing in a fake world? Counter-arguments. Some scientists reject simulation theory entirely. They argue, there's no real evidence. It's just philosophical speculation. Even if it were true, it's unfalsifiable. We couldn't prove it. Others say it's just another way to explain a universe we don't understand yet. But belief doesn't require proof, and sometimes the questions matter more than the answers. The final question. So now we return to you. What do you believe? Is this all real? Or are you living inside something far bigger and far stranger than you've ever been allowed to imagine? You've been asking questions your whole life, but maybe now it's time to ask the one that matters most. If this is a simulation, who pressed start?